everyone, it's Fantayzia and welcome to a Sims 4 Cottage Living news video. So I'm very excited to get into everything. SimGuruRomeo has been answering so many questions and I'm so excited about all of them. Guys, I cannot wait to talk about all this. I am so excited for this pack. I wish it was here now. So before we get into all the fun news, let's go ahead and do our notification shout out. So this one goes to Kylie. Thank you. I appreciate it more than ever. Thank you so much for your comment. And if you guys want a chance to be in a notification shout out, all you gotta do is comment down below. Okay, you guys, so the very first thing is actually kind of a long one. So I think this is the most recent tweet from SimGuruRomeo, and basically it is going on to say, "Good morning, everyone. Yesterday was full of excitement around the new expansion pack. The team here cannot wait for all of you to get your hands on it and start playing. We have a lot more information coming soon, but I want to address two specific topics I saw come up yesterday." So he addresses two different things, and the first one is, why are horses not in Cottage Living? Making horses with the quality and depth of gameplay they deserve is a substantial undertaking. We felt they are not core to the garden to table experience, so we focused on the animals that are in Cottage Living. We always are listening to your input on what you all would like to see for future releases, and we will continue to do so as we expand on The Sims 4. Next up, can we swim in ponds? We wanted to provide players with as much flexibility in customizing the looks and shapes of their ponds. Because of this, Sims will not be able to swim in them. However, we want to make sure there was fun gameplay associated with ponds. You can find Sims splashing in the pond edges, catching fish that you have stocked in the pond, as well as decorate your pond with brand new objects and VFX. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this for a little bit. So as far as no horses in Cottage Living, so of course I would have loved to see horses. Obviously that would have been exciting, but it's not something that I'm disappointed about, just because I do feel like horses can have a lot to them. Like, we could get a whole riding skill. There could be so many different things to horses. If you guys think back to them in The Sims 3, I feel like there was a lot with horses. And I just feel like we wouldn't have gotten the horses that we want if they put them in this pack because of all the other animals. And to be honest, I'm really happy with the animals we are getting, and I wouldn't want to see them like take any of those animals away for horses. And then if we got horses with those animals, I feel like they would be not done the greatest. So I would like to see them come in a future pack. I would actually prefer to see them in a fairy pack. That may sound weird, but I feel like it would fit, because I just feel like all the stuff to do with horses would just fit very well in a fairy type world, and we could get fairies, we could get horses and unicorns. This makes sense. So, you know, obviously it makes sense to get unicorns with a fairy type pack, like just all the things magical. But then of course, like, we have our regular horses as well, you know? I could just really imagine that. I could picture the world right now riding around with horses. I could just see it. Whereas this pack feels very cottage core, and yes, horses can still fit with that, but just the way it is, like how they're saying like garden to table experience, like I actually see it. I know some people agree with that and some people don't, and that's totally okay. I know some people are like hardcore horse fans, and that's totally okay. I totally feel you. I totally get it. Would I have been excited if horses were included? Of course, but I'm not like that disappointed about it, especially when I saw the llamas. I can't lie, like I'm very happy. I was not expecting that. So moving on to the whole ponds thing. So I didn't really expect to swim in the ponds. There is like a whole little kind of lake, river type of thing in the world that we do see in the trailer. You can swim in that. That's different. That's something that comes with the world. We've seen that before in other worlds now. But as far as the pond tool, that's different. That's separate. We do see the ponds in the trailer as well. And with those, you can just splash around in the shallow area, which makes sense to me. I know some people are upset about that too. I would have, of course, loved if the Sims could get right in, but I don't know. I have been around ponds growing up and I never would want to get in them to swim. Like that it was like, I would never want to swim in a pond. To me, it's like, not something you swim in. So I probably wouldn't even have my Sims swim in it. I think it makes sense for them to splash around. Next up, we actually have this tweet from Iron Seagull, and he says, I'd love for that house to the right of the waterfall to be a playable lot. That would be so cool for storytelling and off the grid gameplay. So if you guys can't see the house there, I'll go ahead and pull up a bigger version of this photo. So as you guys can see in that corner there, the right corner, there is a house there, and that looks super pretty, by the way. I just think that looks so nice sitting there. And SimGuruRomeo did actually reply saying that is in fact a real lot. It is actually my favorite lot in the new world. It is a secluded cottage nestled right at the peak of the waterfall. And he did also state that it is also a starter lot. So you can move in right away in there. And I think that is just everything. I'm so happy about that. Okay, so coming from, is it Emma? I'm sorry, I'm totally butchering that. They said the pawns will come in previous update or directly in the pack. And Romeo replies saying pawns will be free to everyone when Cottage Living drops. So glad. I'm so glad. That would have sucked if it was exclusive to the pack. I did expect them to be in the update, and that's great that it is. Sunflower Heart says new woohoo spots or deaths in the pack. And SimGuruRomeo replies saying I'm excited about the new deaths for this pack. More info soon. Also, we do have a new woohoo spot. Guys, I'm excited. So I think one of the new deaths are something to do with the chicken. Like the chickens can attack you. So I feel like that's one of them, but I'm not sure. And apparently there's more than one. So I'm very curious. So Sunflower Heart also says, can we breed them baby bunnies? So then Romeo says you will only be able to breed chickens. So I do think it would have been cute if we could breed all the animals. I can't lie. I really would have loved to see little baby animals all around. Can you guys picture little calves? Oh my god, that would be so cute. Like, I really would have loved to see that, but at least we can breed the chickens. So if for some reason I don't have the original question to this, it was probably like in a thread of questions or something like that, but SimGuruRomeo says you will be able to pack your picnic basket and bring it to some very scenic locations in Henford-on-Bagley. Once placed on a table, you will be able to set up a picnic with a single interaction off the basket. I love this, you guys. This makes my heart so happy. Like, this is gonna be so cute for dates, for family days. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. Okay, so from Xmira, I don't know like if I'm supposed to say it like that, but they said, I have a question on the oversized crop patch. Will it be only for the new crops, or will it be applicable to all crops, which includes the cow plant and the tree fruits? Antonio says the oversized crops are brand new crops and function slightly differently than your normal gardening plants. I love this. I'm so happy. Brand new crops. So this is about the pawns. Is it a tool like terrain tool, or say a water tool? And Antonio says it will function in conjunction with terrain tool. You will use the terrain tool to dig the hole you want. Then you will use a separate water tool to fill said hole to your desired height. I'm really excited, you guys. I can't even lie. Like, I am excited for this. I can't wait to play around with it. I usually don't play around much with things like this, but I want to make my pawns. I think it's gonna be fun to play around with. Evan asks, does this mean we can skate on them if we have seasons? And Antonio replies saying, for the same reason Sims are unable to swim, Sims are unable to skate on ponds. So this is kind of a bummer. However, I did see Arnie. If you guys don't know who Arnie is, seriously follow them. The Sims Plus making that farmland mod. Oh my goodness, amazing. But he has said that he's actually gonna make this possible. So with his farmland mod, he's gonna make it so that you can swim on the frozen over ponds. So this is great. I'm excited about that. So it's a bummer that you can't in the game, because of course for console players that's gonna suck, and I do wish they made it so we can skate on the ponds, honestly. But for PC players, there will be a mod available with farmland. You'll be able to swim on the, or not swim, skate on the pond, so that's great. Okay, so I thought this was cute. Miss Tomato says, most importantly, do the bunnies pick out their own clothes, or can our Sims dress them? What about the chickens? Antonio says there will be a lot more info around animal clothing soon, but animals will not do it autonomously. Have you ever seen a rabbit knit their own sweater? That's crazy talk. Okay, this makes me so happy, you guys. Like, I'm so happy they're not gonna just put the clothes on. Like, these are the things I love. The little things like this. I want to knit them their sweaters and like put it on them. How cute. I'm so happy about that. Like something made me feel like they were just gonna randomly have clothes on, but no, that's not gonna be the case. Boring Bones says, will we be able to customize the new animals in Create a Sim? I noticed that rabbits, chickens, and llamas have different colors and costumes. I would be satisfied if we could at least adjust the colors and outfits in Create a Sim. Antonio says these animals are not available in Create a Sim. However, you will be able to purchase various colors of cows, chickens, and llamas. For rabbits, you will need to explore the world and befriend the rabbit in your desired color. You will also be able to apply the animal clothing in game. So we can't go in Create a Sim with them. It would have been cool. I kind of thought maybe we could somehow because of the different colors, but no, it appears that there's just various different colors that you can choose from. I am kind of not mad at that. Like, maybe I'm just the weird one here because there is certain things that I'm very picky with, but when it comes to this, I don't know what it is, but I kind of like the idea that the animals are kind of like, I just kind of like that they're like free in a way. I mean, of course you can have the animals be on your lot, but I don't know, just the way this pack feels. And then the whole hint they gave, like bond with nature, that was like implying like bond with the animals in nature. I like that vibe, you know, and I like that we have to go and like find the rabbits, like explore and then befriend them and then they'll stick around our lot supposedly. Like, I think that's cute. I really do. Like, I don't know. I personally think that's adorable. Okay, so again, I do not have the original question to this, but Antonio says animals will eventually die of old age, but there are ways to keep them alive forever if you choose. So I think that's nice that if you don't want your animal to die, there's a way to keep them alive forever if you choose. And I mean, them dying is gonna break my heart, but I am glad it happens because, you know, just the whole like realistic thing. I mean, your cats and dogs can pass away, so I think that makes sense. If they just stayed alive forever, I would feel like they're objects because, I mean, they do have the sheds and they are like, you get the cow from the shed, you get a shed and then you purchase a cow. So I didn't want anything else to make it feel like they're objects, you know, like I do like that they can pass away because it just makes it seem like they're more like an actual animal. So you are going to be able to name all of the animals and I love that. You can name them whatever you want and I think that's adorable and love the names that Antonio chose here. So Ben says, are there any new careers with this pack? Antonio replies saying, we do not have a traditional career in the sense, but Sims can absolutely make a living raising and caring for their animals and new giant produce. There is also a system that we'll talk about soon called village errands. Okay, the locals will have lots for your Sims to do. Guys, I'm so excited to find out more. When I tell you that I literally cannot wait to do a Let's Play on this, I am so excited. I cannot wait. Guys, so I'm totally fine with not having a traditional career. I think that makes total sense. We're farming here, you know? We're gonna make money by, you know, raising our animals, getting milk and eggs. It makes sense. That's perfect. That's exactly what I want to do. And have your crops. That's just exactly what I want to do with this pack. So I'm totally cool with that. And then a new system. Like, what do you mean? Tell me more. Village errands. So I guess the locals will have a lot for us to do. Like, that makes me so excited. Like, will we have errands to like bring like eggs and milk? Oh my God, it gives me like vibes of just like old movies. Oh my goodness. So Mitch says 1 cow per shed. Can I have multiple sheds? And Antonio says, yes. Love that. I like that you can at least have multiple sheds. I think that's fine. From what I've seen, you know, the sheds aren't like ginormous or anything like that. So if you want like just a whole bunch of cows, you can do that. So guys, there's going to be 3 neighborhoods with 4 lots each. So now we know how many lots are going to be in this world. Do you think that's enough? Do you think that's too little? What do you think? I would have liked to see a little bit more. I can't lie, but it does depend on how the world feels. So I'm not going to judge it just yet. We've seen worse than this. Like, this is like, I feel like this is like middle ground for them. Like, Windenburg is the biggest world we've ever gotten, and then we have worlds that are way too small, but this is like in between, I guess. I don't know, I really wish, you guys, that the Sims worlds had like at least 16 lots each, like for all of them. I would love to see even bigger than that, but like at least, you know, I just feel like that would be a little bit better, but we'll see how this feels. Hopefully it feels good. All right, so some of you guys may be disappointed in this, but we have a question here from Marcus. Hey, are the ducks part of Cottage Living? I saw some in the trailer. So it does, basically Antonio replies saying ducks are one of the many pond effects. So players can basically place them with the pond tool. so they're not like real ducks, I guess. The pond tool will also be a free base game update for everyone when Cottage Living drops. We know that. So yeah, the ducks are just like, they're going to be in the water. So some people may be like, oh, that's totally fine. Some people may be bummed about that. It just depends. If you wanted actual ducks, that's not exactly the case. Paranormal Sims 4 says, will we have grocery stores that we can go into? And Antonio replies saying there will be a local grocery stall in the village of Henford on Bagley. It is run by the local NPC, Kim Goldblum. Okay, so this is fine to me. Of course, I would have seen like actual grocery stores. However, we did already find out that, you know, you can order groceries and there'll be a delivery person that comes to your door. So I'm totally cool with it. I'm just glad we're at least getting like a form of grocery shopping. That makes me excited. So another question here, canning / preserving skill or only buying the jams in the grocery store? Antonio says we actually tied canning to the cooking skill, but we do have a new skill coming in the pack. More info to come soon. I'm really curious about this new skill. I don't know what it would be. Maybe it's something to do with the animals. And it would have been cool to have canning as a separate skill, but I'm just glad that we do get canning. So again, I don't have the original question to this one because like I said, some of them are like in threads with like a bunch of questions, but I just wanted to make sure I got a lot of replies. So listen to this, you guys. We created a new lot challenge system. More info on that soon. All the lots in the new world will start with the Wild Fox challenge enabled. If you don't want foxes to pester you, you will be able to disable that challenge. But who doesn't want a cute cuddly fox hanging out? What? Guys, there's more to this that we don't know yet. Some people were worried that this is going to feel like a game pack. Like, yes, there was a lot shown in the trailer, but some people were just worried that like, it's not going to have anything deep to it. You know, we're going to have our animals, we're going to have our new world, the crops, and like, that's going to be kind of it. But like, guys, I think there's going to be a lot of things that we don't know about. Like, I'm getting it even more excited. Like, what? Lot challenge system. So there's going to be a whole new system and like the Wild Fox challenge, and like you can disable it. So that's great. But like, I'm interested in this. I'm going to be playing with this. Like, if you don't want the foxes to pester you. So apparently the foxes have been redone, you guys. I think I have a question in here about this, which we'll get to, but just in case I didn't include it. Yeah, the foxes, we do technically have foxes with cats and dogs, but they're not really foxes. Same with the raccoons. Like, it's not really a new animal type. It's just, you can make them look like a fox basically and sound like a fox, but like that's pretty much it. There's nothing much to them, but apparently they redid them and they're like actually foxes now. So Anna asked about the lot sizes and asking if there's any 64 by 64, and there is only one 64 by 64 in the countryside neighborhood. That is where we have our largest lots. So there is other big lots, I guess, because it says that's where we have our largest lots, but there's only one 64 by 64. So that's fine for me as long as there's other like bigger lots. I really hope there's like 50 by 50s and stuff like that. So I'm assuming there will be. I mean, we're gonna need the space for farming and all that, so let's cross our fingers. Okay, so here it is here. Antonio says we actually created all new animations for the fox. They will sulk about your lot and act more fox-like. They will also get into your chicken coop, and supposedly they can even hurt the bunnies. Like, you have to keep them safe. And as sad as that is, it's very realistic and it just adds more gameplay. So I'm happy they did that. I'm happy they redid the foxes. Another question here from Aylin: how much, if at all, will this pack tie into nifty knitting with regard to collecting llama wool and using it for knitting? But also, will any items in this pack be knittable? Some of the jumpers and or some of the clothes for the animals. So basically here, Antonio is saying that you're going to be able to just cut all the cost for knitting by using the llama wool. So that makes me really happy. Now, I don't know like how many new things we're going to be able to knit. I'm assuming we're going to be able to knit some clothing for the other animals, but either way, that's really cool. You could even make more of a living off knitting than you can already. So I think that's really neat. Okay, you guys, so that is all of the questions I have today. We're going to be doing another video probably soon, as I'm assuming there's going to be more and more questions answered, but I am so excited, you guys. Honestly, July 22nd can't come soon enough. I wish it was closer. I so wish it was closer. I will have content up for you guys as soon as I'm able to when the pack is getting closer, and I cannot wait. I'm gonna have a let's play. I'm just so excited. So comment down below what you were most excited for out of these questions here, and what are you bummed about? Let me know. I am curious. So with that said, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video here, and I hope you guys are all having an amazing day, and don't forget to leave some positivity down below. I love you guys also so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. Honestly, I'm open wide.
I don't feel like waking up without you by my side. I still see your silhouette